The Manila Water Company declared that water service interruptions will occur from April 20 to 22 and April 24 to 25 for some of its consumers in Makati City, Quezon City, San Juan City, and Binangonan in the province of Rizal. Residents in the impacted areas are encouraged by the company to collect enough water for the duration of the service upgrade operations. In other events, during the visit of Czech Republic Prime Minister Petr Fiala, he and President Marcos Jr. launched Kaibigan Pradalik, book about the two countries' cultural and diplomatic exchanges. Jade Buhoy for the full details.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. together with Czech Republic Prime Minister Petr Fiala launched Kaibigan Shatelet, which is a result of collaborative effort and various Filipino writers on retelling the rich history of two countries' cultural and diplomatic exchange. President Marcos stated that the book serves as a symbol of friendship between Philippines and Czech Republic, and through this the both countries' relationship will be developed and strengthened. Furthermore, the book covers on stories of both countries' relationships since 1973 that includes the history of people, socio-cultural discussion as early as 17th century. The term kaibigan in the Philippines or shatelay in Czech means friends or bond of friendship, which it relates to the stories inside the book such as George Joseph Camel and the Jesuit missionaries, Dr. Jose Rizal and Ferdinand Blumentritt, and recollections of Czech diplomats and journalists who stayed in Manila. The Kaibigan Shatelet book launching is part of Philippines-Czech Republic commemoration of its 50th-year anniversary of bilateral relations. For Golden Nation Network, this is Jade Buhoy.
Despite the conflict between China and Taiwan, the Manila Economic and Cultural Office or MAECO stated that there is no cause for concern as the agency assures the public that the situation remains normal and that the welfare and interests of overseas Filipino workers or OFWs are well protected. Daniza Lopez has a full report.
Manila Economic and Cultural Office or MECO Chairman Silvestre Bello III reassured the relatives and families of overseas Filipino workers or OFWs in Taiwan that there is no cause for alarm as the OFWs are in good condition. Bello also confirmed that there are around 200,000 OFWs currently in Taiwan, where he added that he would immediately inform the public in case of any emergency situation, but at the moment there is no tension and everything is normal. According to Bello, the Filipino community in Taiwan is also prepared for any exigency. In case of armed conflict in Taiwan, senators suggested that the government should prepare measures to ensure the safety of Filipinos in Taiwan and even possibly repatriating them if necessary. Meanwhile, the Chinese embassy in Manila denied the remarks made by Ambassador Wang Xilian regarding OFWs in Taiwan, saying that they were either misquoted, misunderstood, or taken out of context. For Golden Nation Network, this is Daniza Lopez.
Consequently, in light of the escalating hostilities between Beijing and Taipei, senators urged the government to develop a backup plan to protect the safety of the more than 150,000 Filipino workers in Taiwan. JC Ogaire for the full details.
In response to the Chinese ambassador to Manila, Wang Xilian, making threatening comments about the ties between the Philippines and the United States, they put forth the suggestion. Senator Francis Tolentino suggested adding a simulation of evacuation of OFWs in Taiwan to balikatan or shoulder-to-shoulder military drills between the Philippines and the U.S. The senator suggested that the Philippines include the maritime evacuation of Filipinos from Taiwan traveling to Cagayan or Batanes in the drills the following year. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Emmanuel Joel Villanueva said the government should be proactive when it comes to ensuring the safety and security of OFWs. For Golden Nation Network, this is JC Ogaire.
On to another Senate news. In light of the suggestion to reinstate the previous academic schedule, Senator Christopher Bongo emphasized the need of ensuring the security and comfort of both students and instructors. The senator is optimistic that the government can devise a plan to ensure the physical safety of all children, instructors, and other school personnel. It can be recalled that Senator Go pushed for Senate Bill 1786 passage, which requires public universities to set up mental health offices on their campuses to further protect the well-being of Filipino students. For lower house update, Speaker Martin Romualdez stated that as women are an essential component of contemporary society, they shouldn't be excluded from the Marcos administration's quest for the Philippines to embrace a digital public infrastructure or DPI. JC Ogaire for the full story.
Speaker Martin Romualdez believes that digitization can be the great equalizer and place women on equal footing as men in terms of work opportunities, power, and influence. The speaker suggested that the Philippines enter into a digital public infrastructure partnership with the US and India. He also added that no one should be able to prevent women from playing important roles in the infrastructure. Romualdez continued that once the nation has established this digital public infrastructure, this will ensure the empowerment of women in this area through legislation. In his capacity as a speaker, Romualdez has backed the women's movement in the House. Under his leadership, multiple female lawmakers were appointed to high-level positions, which made them indispensable to the chamber's everyday operations. For Golden Nation Network, this is JC Ogaire.
The National Security Council, or NSC, stated that the Philippines showed a significantly improved ranking in the Global Terrorism Index, or GTI. The NSC said that it serves as evidence to the government's efforts in combating insurgency, heading in the right direction. The GTI evaluates the global impacts of terrorism and lists the Philippines as the 18th most affected out of 163 countries in this year's edition. In a separate story, the Department of Agriculture, or DA, and Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Agrarian Reform, or MAFAR, of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, or BARM, signed a Memorandum of Agreement on implementation of 72.8 million pesos Coconut Farmers and Industry Development Plan, or CFIDP, in the region. The DA's project, Coconut-Based Coffee and Cacao Enterprise Development, or C3EDP, will be provided to help smallholder farmers through agricultural techniques that conserve and protect natural resources. The agreement were welcomed by smallholder farmers as a step towards better, sustainable agriculture. Up next, a news force. Philippine Coast Guard conducts medical and dental mission in Cavite. Manila Economic and Cultural Office assures OFWs in Taiwan are well protected amid conflict between China and Taiwan. DENR Metropolitan Environment Office cleans up parts of Caloocan and Navotas City. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.